So hello everyone, this is Team 1. We're going to present our green real estate project. So for our green real estate project, the most important points we wanted to see were the social value, the sustainability, and at last but not least, the economical value. So our motto is a green line connecting all communities in an economically sustainable modular housing neighborhood. For our table of content, we will start with the introduction of all the main challenges, the motto, and the vision. Then we'll go through the SWOT and stakeholder analysis. Then for the mix of functions, we will present to you our green line alongside the modular container housing, its installation, the cave houses, and our BREEAM analysis. To finish with the business plan, we will show our marketing strategy, the financial cost, and all the revenues. Our main challenges were to englobe all the different stakeholders. So at first, the city, the housing, the inhabitants. Then we want to reconcile the city and the countryside. To do that, we want to implement environmental-friendly housing and facilities that were appealing to the eye. We wanted then to finish by reconciling all the inhabitants, students, workers. Our motto, as we said, is a green line connecting communities in an economically sustainable modular neighborhood. We want to blur this line and link everybody between them. How did we do that? Is by building a green line that will link all the different elements on the real estate project and the rest of the Villeneuve city, and that will bring some cohabitation.
For SWOT, our biggest strength is that it is located nearby to a city center and has a diverse housing. When we talk about weakness, there is a lack of connectivity to city via public transport. The biggest opportunity is to target a large demography across multiple age groups while keeping in mind the threats arising from legal and political issues, among others. On the stakeholder analysis, we have 6 main stakeholders: the owner of the land, BDT, European Metropolis of Lille, the local inhabitants and the existing local businesses, the municipality of Villeneuve-d'Ascq, and lastly, Link City, that is working on the rehabilitation of the land.
For our choice of model, we decided to go on a modular container housing. So why is that? Because we're using a standardized form factor with shipping containers. It's going to enable us to do a project which can be modular, and with sustainability, we're going to have reusability of these containers because it's all products. It's going to be low cost, replaceable, and also very easily transportable. The problem with conventional buildings is that the materials used makes the construction stuck with its base in time, which makes the design limited to its initial form factor. And also it means that there's no possibility to make the project evolve in time with the desires, the wants, and the requirements of the users and owners of the houses. The modular container housing model will help us solve these issues by using second-hand materials, improving our sustainability and also the cost of the initial raw materials. The temporality of real estate is the main issue. Thus, with shipping containers, we're going to be able to slot them in, to change them and make the project evolve in time with the desired needs. A situation, for example, would be that a couple buys a house on our project. It's only 60 square meters. Then they have a child, so they need to expand it. In a conventional house, they would just need to buy another one, change location, but they do not want that. In our project, they can just ask for an expansion with a new 1 or 2 new containers that can be put above or on the sides. This model is like 2 games which we all played. For example, Jenga, it's just a tower, you install it in and install it out. The Lego, you just put bricks on top and build whatever you want. You want to make your house taller in time, while you can with the shipping containers. So it's all about modularity and easiness, and also sustainable because we're going to be able to evolve in time. For you to understand what will it look like, well, you can see here on the pictures where you can have minimalistic buildings or more complex wooden made, metal, glass, whatever. You can do whatever you want. With this singular form factor, creativity is your only limit.
Our housing will be built in a bioclimatic layout, with large opening on the south for recovering the solar heat, and small opening and buffer space on north to protect from the cold wind in winter. This disposition will allow us to save about 50% energy with good insulation. The 2 best insulation materials that we identify are the polyurethane for its insulation properties, durability, reusability, and recyclability, and cork because it's biosourced, humidity resistance, which is important according to the climate, and also because it has negative carbon impact.
Another model we chose were the cave houses. It's going to enable us to do the border between the countryside and the city. It's going to erase a physical border with these eco-friendly houses. The benefits are it's resilient to time and eco-friendly with great isolation. Why we do this is because Building City is going to dig up the soil and we're going to replace that with houses. Our main goal is to build this green line, which is going to be a highway for pedestrians and cyclists. It's going to regroup all activities such as stores, restaurants, sports facilities, and it's going to link all the elements of our project from one point to another. It's going to be the new heart of the Villeneuve-d'Ascq city with a vibrant and sustainable environment.
On the BREEAM analysis, we think our project is doing its best on three related aspects: energy management, pollution of buildings, and the material used. All those aspects are achieved well because of the container and the cave housing choice. Finally, on land use impact, we build only on unsuitable land for farming, so we lower our impact.
In our marketing plan, the focus is to target people across multiple age groups and position ourselves as a real estate provider for eco-friendly and sustainable living. We will be using both traditional and digital marketing, while highlighting the environmental value of these homes in each of the steps of our marketing plan, be it giving a preview or the grand unveiling. For our financial costs, we have a total cost of 85 million euros, which englobes the construction cost of 30 million euros for the housing, the school, the offices, and the agricultural facilities. As you can see, for the housing, we have 27,000 square meters, whereas for the cost of land, we have roughly 400,000 square meters. So that represents all the land around it. All of our revenue is going to rely on the selling of our buildings, on all the constructions. So we took the median pricing and applied it to each of the properties. This will give us an income of 149 million euros with an ROI of roughly 76%.